low carb, low fat, 1 meal a day, 6 meals a day, keto, carnivore, vegan. Which diet is really the best for weight loss? In this video, we're going to talk about why some diets work better than others, and ultimately, what makes a diet successful. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kate. I'm a health coach and I post videos on a high-fat, nutrient-dense way of eating. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, feel free to share, and make sure to subscribe. And also make sure to follow me on my other social media accounts where I share new posts every single day. Now, I know some people are a bit funny about the word diet. We associate it with restricting calories, feeling miserable, and hopefully losing weight, but really the word diet is just a word used to describe the food we eat. Everyone is eating a diet, no matter what their goals are. Changing your diet can lead to weight loss, but it can also lead to weight gain. And this is because different foods and different macronutrients affect the body differently. While I do not think it is as simple as calories in versus calories out, at the end of the day, it does come down to burning more than you are consuming. But this is way easier said than done. And I think most of us who have tried to lose weight know that. If you are looking to lose weight, you want your diet to tick several boxes. You want to feel full after eating, and you want to stay full until your next meal. You want to be energized after eating, and you want to stay energized until your next meal. You want to have no, or at least minimal, cravings. It needs to be easy to understand, and it needs to be easy to stick to. Now, as I said before, it does ultimately come down to burning more than you are consuming. And yes, technically any diet can lead to weight loss, but not all diets will meet the criteria that I just listed, which means they might only work temporarily, but that's not what we want. We want to lose the weight and we want to keep it off. So which diet allows that? First, let's talk about diets similar to the DASH diet. So this diet is based on the government recommendations, and this is more than likely what will be recommended to you if you visit a dietitian. The DASH diet and similar are pretty easy to follow for two reasons. The first one being the recommendations have pretty much been drilled into our minds our whole lives, basically. Diets like this will give you a list of foods you can eat, a list of foods to avoid. So yeah, it is pretty easy to follow. But where they fall short is keeping you full and keeping you energized. This is because these diets are focused around you using sugar or glucose as your main source of energy. And this explains why they put such a heavy emphasis on carbs. Yes, carbs are a source of energy. No one is denying that. But the energy is short-lived. You end up having to eat constantly throughout the day to keep your energy up. And this is why a lot of these diets will recommend smaller and more frequent meals, sometimes up to 6 in a day. This is in an attempt to keep your energy stable. One of the problems with this is if you don't have all your meals planned and prepped, it's pretty easy to get caught off guard. You're more than likely going to get caught in a situation where you aren't at home, where you can't find any foods in the shops that fit with your diet. You're hungry, you're desperate, and your diet falls apart. And because your energy is always short-lived, this can lead to cravings between meals and overeating to compensate. Vegan diets often get praised for leading to weight loss, and I want to talk about why I think this is. First off, I think this is only a case if you were doing a whole foods, plant-based diet. If you were doing one of those trashy junk food diets, you're probably not going to have good results. But if you're switching from the standard American diet that is high in processed food, high in grains, high in processed oils, and you switch to a whole foods plant-based diet, yeah, you're gonna have some success. First off, you're switching from eating foods that are really calorically dense with next to no nutrients to foods that are more calorically dense and more packed with fiber. So this is gonna keep you full when you're eating less. But the thing with fiber is it may help you feel full, but not be full calorie or nutrition wise. Fiber expands inside of us and gives us that full or even bloated feeling. And there's some pros and cons to that, as you can see. So in summary, some people can make a vegan diet work for their weight loss, but I do not think it is a good idea long term because it's just not nutritious. The keto diet. Now, in contrast to basically every other diet out there, the keto diet is based around fat and not carbohydrates. Fat is an alternate fuel source for the body. When glucose, which comes from carbs, is low, our bodies switch to burning fat for energy. This is a normal function for the body, and it is called ketosis. I like to think of ketosis as a hack for weight loss. It mimics some aspects of fasting, which are good for weight loss. It ticks all the boxes of keeping you full, keeping you energized, and having no or minimal cravings. The keto diet has exploded, and I think it is because people aren't used to feeling so satisfied when they're on a diet. Now, I do think keto is fantastic for weight loss, but there are some downsides. It can be hard to follow in the beginning just because it is so different from everything we've ever been told. But once you get over that learning curve, it becomes a lot easier. Now, this next downside depends on the individual, but it can be really easy to overdo it with keto treats. Fat bombs can be good when you're first starting out, but some people struggle to eat these in moderation. It's easy to justify eating these treats because, yeah, they're keto. They must be good. But at the end of the day, if we're eating them all the time, this adds up. And this is why I think the carnivore diet is so powerful. You don't have as much wiggle room and opportunity to overdo it. And because carnivore means next to or no carbs, you're getting all the benefits of being in ketosis as well. It is really simple to follow. Just eat animal foods, don't eat plants. It is really nutritious. And another problem with keto is that it can still fuel your sweet tooth if you're consuming these sweeteners, stevia and similar. With carnivore, you really aren't having anything that's sweet, and that helps kick your cravings to the curb. Also, because the food is so simple, so high in protein and fat, it's hard to overeat. I find that when I only have one or maybe two foods on my plate, I can tell when I'm full very easily. When I have a whole bunch of foods on my plate, and I'm switching between this and that, it's not as easy to tell. And finally, I wanted to talk about fasting. This is by far the best way to lose weight. If you're not eating anything, but you're still burning, even by just living, yeah, you will lose weight. There are a few different ways to approach fasting. There's intermittent fasting, so that can look like fasting for 16 hours every day and only eating in an 8-hour window. There's 1 meal a day, there's alternate day fasting, there's extended fasting and the snake diet. Like keto and carnivore, fasting will put you in ketosis. It is actually the best way to get into ketosis. And even if you're not trying to lose weight, fasting does have a lot of benefits. The biggest con to fasting and making it a part of your lifestyle is that it can be hard to stick to. It takes a lot of willpower to not eat for periods of time. Now, the thing with any diet is you can't go back to your old way of eating and not expect to put the weight back on. That doesn't mean that you have to eat keto, carnivore, or whatever 100% of the time for the rest of your life. But once you've built the ability to burn fat efficiently, it becomes easier to switch between burning glucose and burning fat. And this is called metabolic flexibility. At the end of the day, you want the way you're eating to become a lifestyle. You want to be able to stick to it and keep the weight off. If that means having a cheat day once a week and that works for you, so be it. If that means eating 95% carnivore and the other 5% chocolate, so be it. Don't let the diet police dictate what you eat. Make your diet your own. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what diet you found to be most successful if you are on or currently on a weight loss journey. Once you reached your goal, were you able to switch things up or did you stay the same? Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. With carnivore, you really aren't having anything that's sweet, and that helps kick your cravings,